That gives me a lot of confidence because I think of myself as an investor, not a trader.
You are an investor,
Okay, so
so
I look at the fundamentals of Tesla. It crushed it in the first quarter. There's no other company. I'm not just talking automotive. There is no other company that did what Tesla's doing. They're doing 60 to 70% year over year, and even Elon said that will continue for the next several years, and it may. I think he made some comment like it may even be low. So that
yeah.
it's just insane. And then you see like Ford lost like 2 billion because of their Rivian investment, and GM lost money. It's there's a shift. There's a shift happening right now in front of you. And
It's
Not
like
to go
Apple
anymore.
back in the day.
Not to go
Tesla-
deeper into
Tesla
Tesla.
is Apple 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was just
So-
like, and Tesla was like, people would look at him like, this valuation makes no sense. And it's like, but their growth numbers are crazy. And it's like, yeah, those growth numbers aren't going to last forever because you get too big, but
Yeah.
Tesla's not there yet. It's still a favorite stock. It still has the cult following. Like it's literally all the ingredients that Apple stock had in
Right.
2000. And that's what's going on with Tesla.
And not to
So-
go too deep into Tesla, but it's a battery company. So like
Yeah.
the whole
It's an
benefit
energy-
still
it's an
hasn't even
energy
shown
co-
up yet.
It's actually an
Right.
energy company. If you looked at the top 10 companies in the world, they are energy companies. So
Utilities.
if
Yep.
utilities, if you look at, there's a couple of companies that are not, I think like Amazon or whatever, but most of them are utilities, big energy companies, and the batteries taking over the energy world. So if you think that Tesla is a car company, you need to do more research. That's
The
my-
cars are just to attract the demand for the product that they actually sell, which is the batteries, the energy itself. That's why they got the Tesla charging stations all over the country.
Yeah.
They created demand, and now they're positioning themselves to provide supply.
Yeah.
I love how mentioning the stock market is to a complete Tesla conversation.
Business,
Guess what my
anyway.
biggest holding is in pretty much 90% of what I own. Sorry, my bad. But yeah.
It's not how you
Yeah.
started it. It's just kind of how Tesla's
Yeah.
grown.
Well, I'm just
and
saying it's
taken
fun,
over the
but I mean, it
portfolio.
goes back to it's like the stock
And
market
bad.
darling right now. It's literally what Apple was 10, 20 years ago. I mean, you go
Yeah.
back to 2005, everyone and their brother owned Apple, talked about Apple, traded Apple. That's what Tesla is now. Tesla is like, and then at some point, there's gonna be another one, like,
Right.
Tesla's
One of our
gonna-
battery stocks.
Hopefully. lithium.
So here's
Yeah.
the big challenge, right? So we're real estate investors and we own businesses, and we don't talk about our businesses often enough, but over the next 5 years, business is where I see all the money being made. It's
I
not the
agree.
stock market, it's not crypto,
agree.
it's not on real estate. It's got
Not
to be
in
in the
real
people who build businesses that take in monthly payments, that provide a valuable service. And that's where people should be investing their
feel
time,
like
their
it's-
money, their energy.
I feel like it's always been that way.
It
When
has
I
always
used to
been
hang
that
out-
way.
when I, we used to go to St. Thomas every Christmas, stayed at the same place. We owned like a condo, right? This one beach in St. Thomas, but most of the other people
And
were
I do want to talk about real estate. We'll talk about real estate in just a minute. So go
New
ahead, Mike.
Yorkers, but they were New Yorkers that made like wealth look like peanuts, like, Central Park West apartments and just crazy. But every one of the patriarchs of the family owned a business, were like CEO, a publicly traded multinational corporation. That's where the big money is. And of course, like you always say, you take that and you put it in real estate to preserve that. But the growth is really in business.
That's the
But-
truth of it. Even our billionaire friends are like, yeah, real estate is more of a
Yeah.
storage of wealth
Yeah.
than I don't go to real estate to build the wealth. I just
Yeah.
go there to kind of hold the
Yeah.
wealth.
I like that you say our billionaire friends.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
It's so real estate. We were looking at that post was put out by Tom Caffarello, one of my original coaches, mentors, and he put out this post to validate him. Does over 100 flips, 100 purchases, there's over 300 units in the Boston metro area. So like he knows what he's talking about. He's got 300 agents to work on him. He's got a massive business.
Awesome.
And he put a post out that said, here are the properties that have been sold over the last, since 2002. So 2002 to 2021. And as I was looking at that list, he said, like, he put it right in the article. He said, look, it doesn't, like, everybody's saying there's a shortage of inventory. It's not a shortage of inventory. It's an increase in demand that we've seen over the last 6 years, a massive increase in demand. The
That's great.
spike of the amount of properties people are buying and that are selling is what's changed, not the amount of inventory. In fact, we've increased inventory, just demand is outpacing inventory right now. But in 2021, we saw our first reduction since the last 6 years, we've seen our first reduction. And what we're looking at with the chart is actually in 2000 and what was it, 2005, Mitch? 2005, we started seeing a reduction in
It's in the
transactions.
chat. You've
but
got
we
the
didn't.
chart.
Well, it's in our chat.
Yeah, I'm
2005,
saying if you want to look at it,
2006.
Walter.
Yeah, I'll share that. And actually, yeah, that's a good point. So in 2002, inventory went up. In 2003, inventory went up.
Yep.
Sales went up. 2004, sales went up. And then in 2005, sales started dropping by 2,000. In 2006, sales dropped again by another 5,000. And in 2007, sales dropped an additional, from the point of the highest point to that next drop was 10,000 per year sales. But it wasn't until 2008 that we saw the prices dropping. It wasn't until the inventory, the amount of properties sold per year, had dropped 3 years in a row before we started seeing the prices change. And that's what we're seeing right now is inventory is already, the sales per year have started dropping, but we're not going to see the prices drop for another 2 years.
But,
so anybody who's thinking, yeah, I'm
just-
going to buy, like we might have passed that opportunity.